Hello everyone, in this video we are going to discuss extra questions of class 10 from paper 1. Total questions are from out of textbook only. If you practice these questions perfectly, you will get some idea how the questions are going to come in the board exam and how knowledge you have regarding those kind of questions. This is the part 2. If you didn't watch the part 1 video, the link is in the description, watch it. Okay, the first question is, if the quadratic equation px square minus 2 root 5 into px plus 15 is equals to 0 has two equal roots, then find the value of p. Here we have a quadratic equation and he clearly mentioned that it has two equal roots. So what is the condition we have? If any quadratic equation has two equal roots, then b square minus 4ac equals to 0. So if we observe the given quadratic equation, px square minus 2 root 5 px plus 15 equals to 0. Already we know x square coefficient is a, so a is equals to, and b value we want as well as c value also we want. X square coefficient is a, so here p. X coefficient minus 2 root 5p minus 2 root 5p, that is b. Constant c, that is 15. So now let us substitute these values in the formula. In the place of b, minus 2 root 5p minus 2 root 5p whole square minus 4 into, in the place of a, p, into, in the place of c, 15, which is equals to 0. This square is for each and every number and alphabet which is there inside of the bracket. So this 2 is for minus, this 2 is for 2, this 2 is for root 5, this 2 is for p also, because it is whole square. So that square will comes for each and every term or number or alphabet which is there inside of the bracket. So for minus, if we do square, it will become plus 2 square 4, root 5 square, root square root both will cancel, so we remains with 5 into per p square minus 4 into p, 4p into 15, 60p is equals to 0. 4 5s are 20, 20p square minus 60p is equals to 0. I will take minus 60p to the right side. So 20p square minus 60p I am taking to the right side, then it will become plus 60p. Plus 60p. Left side p square is there, right side p is there. So this p, this square will get cancelled. So we remains with 20p is equals to 60. We want p value, so I will take 20 to the right side. Then p is equals to 60 divided by 20. 20 ones are 23s are. So the value of p is equals to 3. Next, question number 2. The question is, solve for x in the given equation 4x square plus 4bx minus of a square minus b square equals to 0. So 4x square as it is plus 4bx as it is minus into a square minus into minus b square plus b square is equals to 0. So now if we observe the terms clearly, 4x square can be written as 2x whole square, here plus b square as it is I am writing, plus here 4bx is there, that 4bx I am writing it as 2 into 2x into b, here minus a square as it is again is equals to 0. 4x square I wrote it as 2x whole square plus b square as it is, again this plus 4bx I am writing it as 2 into 2 4, b as it is, x as it is, minus a square as it is equals to 0. So now if we observe, a square plus b square plus 2ab. So these three terms from here to here are in the form of, oh, sorry, till here. So are in the form of a square plus b square plus 2ab. So a square plus b square plus 2ab is nothing but a plus b whole square. So a is nothing but 2x plus b is nothing but b only whole square. Here minus a square as it is equals to 0. So now if we observe this clearly, 2x plus b, if we consider a single term, a as the single term, so this is in the form of a square minus b square. So a square minus b square is nothing but a plus b into a minus b. So 2x plus b whole square minus a square can be written as 2x plus b minus a into 2x plus b plus a, which is equals to 0. A minus b into a plus b, that is nothing but a square minus b square formula. So now first factor, make it equals to 0, then second factor, make it equals to 0. So first I will go with the first factor, that is 2x plus b minus a. 2x plus b minus a, make it equals to 0. We want x value, so everything else I will take to the right side. 2x as it is equals to minus a. If I take to right side, it will become plus a, plus b. If I take right side, it will become minus b. So we want x value, so 2 also I will take to the right side. Then x is equals to a minus b divided by 2. We got one value of x, that is a minus b by 2. Now next, second factor we have here. Second factor also, let us make it equals to 0. So that is 2x plus b plus a. 2x plus b plus a is equals to 0. Two x is equals to plus a I am taking to the right side, then it will become minus a, plus b I am taking to the right side, then it will become minus b. We want x value, so 2 also I will take to the right side. Then x is equals to minus a minus b whole divided by 2. So x values are a minus b divided by 2 or minus a minus b divided by 2. Okay, let's move to question number 3. Okay, we have question like this. Show that 12 power n cannot end with the digit 0 or 5 for any natural number n. First, let us check whether it will end with the digit 0 or not. To be end with digit 0, to be end with the digit 0, the given number should have 2 and 5 as factors. To be end with the digit 0, the given number should have 2 and 5 as factors. Okay, the given question is 12 power n. 12 can be simplified as 3 into 4 whole power n. Still it can be simplified further as 3 into 4 can be written as 2 into 2 whole power n. If we observe, according to our knowledge, to be end with the digit 0, it should have 2 and 5 as factors. Definitely. Here 2 is there. But what about number 5? Number 5 is not a factor. So 5 is not a factor. That's why it won't end with the digit 0. As 5 is not a factor. As 5 is not a factor, 12 power n cannot end with digit 0. Cannot end with digit 0. Next, then what about 5? It won't end with the digit 5 also, because 2 is the last digit in this. So 2 power n. 2 power 1 is 2. 2 power 2 is 4. 2 power 3 is 8. 2 power 4 is 16. 2, 4, 8, 6. Only these are the last digits which will occur in 12 power n. So there is no chance that we will get the 5 as the last digit. So we can conclude 12 power n cannot end with the digit 0 or 5 for any natural number n. Question number 4. If x square plus y square into a square plus b square is equals to ax plus by whole square, then prove that x by a is equals to y by b. Here, first term into first term, x square into a square, x square a square, x square a square. Next, first term into second term, x square into b square plus x square b square, plus third term into first term, y square into a square, y square a square, plus second term into second term, y square into b square, y square b square, is equals to, right side if we observe, ax plus by whole square is in the form of a plus b whole square. So if we expand a square plus b square plus 2ab, ax whole square nothing but a square x square plus by whole square b square y square plus 2 into ax into by, 2 into ax by, a square plus b square plus 2ab. Now left side x square a square, right side x square a square cancel. Left side y square b square, right side b square y square both will get cancelled. So what we remained with then? X square b square plus y square a square. Right side we have 2ax by. This I am bringing towards the left side. So minus 2ax by is equals to 0. Now if we observe it clearly, x square b square can be written as xb whole square plus y square a square can be written as ya whole square minus 2 into ax by can be written as 2 into xb into ya, which is equals to 0. Here a is there, x is there, x is there, b is there, b is there, y is there, y is there. So now if we observe it clearly, it is in the form of a square plus b square minus 2ab. So a square plus b square minus 2ab nothing but a minus b whole square. So a is xb minus b is ya whole square is equals to 0. So now here square is there. So if we take another side, it won't be anything because 0 square is 0 only. So we will get xb minus ya is equals to 0. So now this minus ya I will take to the right side. So we get xb minus ya I am taking to the right side, then it will become plus ya. So xb is equals to ya we got. So what I will do, a I will bring towards the left side and b I will take towards the right side. So x as it is, a we are bringing to the left side, so divided by a is equals to y as it is, b we are taking to the right side, divided by b. So hence proved x by a is equals to y by b, which we need to prove exactly. X by a is equals to y by b. Let's move to question number 5. The question is, if the sum of first p terms of an AP is AP square plus BP, then find its common difference. So most of the students will do mistake in this type of question only, because sometimes he will give, if the nth term of an AP is AP square plus BP, then find its common difference. And here it is, if the sum of the first p terms of an AP is AP square plus BP, then find its common difference. So when they gave this as nth term and when they give this as sum, lot of difference will be there. So you need to be understand very well. Okay, now here the sum is given. So first, AP square plus BP is sum of the first p terms of an AP. So p terms are there, right? First I am taking only one term, sum of one terms, nothing but wherever we have p we need to substitute 1. So a into 1 square plus b into 1. 1 square is 1, so 1 into a plus b into 1, b. Now sum of the one term. What is the meaning of sum of one term? It means only one term is there. So if only one term is there, then obviously that term will become first term. Next, sum of the two terms. A into, in the place of p, substituting 2 square plus b into 2. 2 square 4 into a 4a plus 2 into b 2b. Now sum of the first two terms. Sum of the two terms is given as 4a plus 2b. Sum of the one term is a plus b. So sum of the two terms minus sum of the one term. So here sum of the two terms is 4a plus 2b minus sum of one term. Sum of the one term consists of two terms, so bracket compulsory a plus b. We get 4a plus 2b minus into a minus into plus b minus b. So we get it 4a minus a 3a, 2b minus b b. So this 3a plus b will be second term. When we got sum of the one term, that one term is nothing but the first term itself, so directly that will become a1. But when we are dealing with sum of the two terms, we will get some answer. So that sum of the two terms and sum of the one term, if we do subtraction, we will get some number again. That number will become the second term. So now we got the first term as well as second term, so we can go with the common difference. We know the formula for common difference, that is second term minus first term. Common difference is nothing but second term minus first term. Here second term is 3a plus b. 3a plus b minus a1. a1 has more than one term, so bracket compulsory a plus b. So 3a plus b minus into a minus into b minus b. 3a minus a 2a plus b minus b will get cancelled. So the common difference is 2a. He's asking about common difference only, so we got the common difference as 2a. Now in the place of sum, if they give the nth term, if the nth term of an AP is AP square plus BP, then find its common difference. As it is, we will do this first step, a plus b we will get. Then second term, when we will get 4a plus 2b. These two only we will do subtraction, because he said it is clearly nth term. Here a1 will get, a2 we will get. So these two, if we do subtraction directly, we will get the common difference. Here we did sum, so that's why this 2 steps extra. Before moving to the question number 6, till now if you didn't subscribe to my channel, subscribe. Question number 6. 4 by x plus 3y equals to 8. 6 by x minus 4y equals to minus 5. Sorry, this is minus 5. Okay, now 4 by x plus 3y equals to 8. Second equation is given as 6 by x minus 4y equals to minus 5. Here 4 by x can be written as 4 into 1 by x plus 3y equals to 8. The same way in the second equation, 6 by x can be written as 6 into 1 by x minus 4y is equals to minus 5. Now if you observe clearly, in the first equation we have 1 by x, as well as in the second equation also we have 1 by x. So what I will do, I will take 1 by x equals to some constant a. In the first equation we have y, in the second equation also we have y. So y equals to, I am taking some constant b. In this case y, you can take y also, no problem. Because this is in the rational or fraction type, that's why I took some other constant. Here it is simply only, so you can take y also, no problem with that. Okay, now what I will do, 4. Here in the place of 1 by x, I will substitute a plus 3 into, in the place of y I'll substitute b, is equals to 8. 6 into, in the place of 1 by x substituting a, minus 4 into, in the place of y substituting b, is equals to minus 5. Now a coefficients are different. Here it is 4, here it is 6. Here b coefficients also different. Here it is 3, here it is minus 4. So first our duty is making the coefficients equal. So for that, first equation I will multiply with 3, and then second equation I will multiply with 2. So let us check what we will get then. 4a into 3, 12a, plus 3b into 3, 9b, is equals to 8 into 3, 24. 6a into 12, sorry, 6a into 2, 12a, minus 4b into 2, 8b, is equals to minus 5 into 2, minus 10. I am going to do subtraction. So this plus will become minus, here minus will become plus, here minus will become plus. 12a, 12a both will get cancelled. 9b plus 8b, 17b, is equals to 24 plus 10, 34. Now we want b value, so I will take 17 to the right side. So b is equals to 34 divided by 17. 17 ones are 17 twos are. So b value is nothing but 2. Now this b value we need to substitute either in the first equation or else in the second equation. So here first equation is addition. So if addition is there means it is easy to calculate. That's why I am going with the first equation. 12a plus 9b is equals to 24. 12a plus 9b is equals to 24. That is the first equation. So we got b value as 2. So in the place of b I will substitute 2. 12a plus 9 into b, 2, is equals to 24. So we get 12a plus 9 2s are 18 is equals to 24. I will take plus 18 to the right side, then it will become minus 18. So we get 12a is equals to 24 minus 18. 12a is equals to 24 minus 18, 6. We want a value, so I will take 12 also to the right side, then a is equals to 6 by 12. 6 1s are 6 2s are, so that is nothing but 1 by 2. So we got two values now. A value we got as 1 by 2 and b value we got as 2. Just now we substituted here. Otherwise here also you can see b equals to 2. But in the previously what we took then? A is nothing but 1 by x. B is nothing but y. A is nothing but 1 by x and b is nothing but y. B is equals to 2 which is equals to y. So y is nothing but 2. Y value is 2. Next, 1 by 2 is equals to 1 by x. In both the numerators 1 only there, so both are equal. Then obviously denominators also equal. 2 is equals to x. Nothing but x equals to 2. So after solving the two equations, x value is 2 and y value also 2 only. Okay, let's have a look at the question number 7. The sum of numerator and denominator of a fraction is 3 less than twice the denominator. So, okay, we have a fraction where we will be having numerator as well as denominator. So we don't know the numerator, we don't know the denominator also. So that's why I am taking the numerator as x and denominator as y. Then we will get a fraction x by y. Okay, what he said then? The sum of numerator and denominator. These two numerator and denominators addition x plus y is 3 less minus 3 than twice the denominator. Here denominator is y, so twice 2y. So this plus 2y I will take to the left side. Then we get x plus y plus 2y will become minus 2y is equals to minus 3. So x, y minus 2y minus y is equals to minus 3. This is equation number 1. Next, if each of the numerator and denominator, if each of the numerator and denominator is decreased by 1, what he is doing, we have numerator as well as denominator. He is decreasing by 1. It means subtracting 1 from the numerator as well as from the denominator also. So x by y is the original fraction. Now from x we need to subtract 1, as well as from the denominator also we need to subtract 1. Then after doing that subtraction, the fraction becomes 1 by 2. Now by cross multiplication, y minus 1 into 1, y minus 1 equals to 2 into x minus 1, 2 into x 2x minus 2 into 1, 2. So what I will do now, here right side we have 2x, I'll keep it like that only. Then left side y, I will bring this side. So 2x as it is, plus y will become minus y, which is equals to left side minus 1 as it is. Here minus 2 is there, that minus 2 I will take to the left side, then it will become plus 2. So we will get 2x minus y is equals to minus 1 plus 2, 1. This is equation number 2. Now let us solve these two equations. One is x minus y is equals to minus 3. X minus y is equals to minus 3. And second equation is 2x minus y is equals to 1. 2x minus y is equals to 1. So here subtraction only there, here also subtraction is only there. So that's why I am going to do with the subtraction again, subtracting both the equations. So this plus will become minus, here minus will become plus, plus will become minus. Minus y plus y, both will get cancelled. Then we remains with x minus 2x minus x is equals to minus 3 minus 1 minus 4. So left side minus, right side minus, both will get cancelled. Then we remains with x is equals to 4. So we got one value. Now substituting this x even in the first equation or else in the second equation. So I am going to substitute in the first equation. X minus y is equals to minus 3. So in the place of x I will substitute 4. 4 minus y is equals to minus 3. This minus 3 I will bring to the left side. 4 as it is, minus 3 will become plus 3, which is equals to minus y I will take to the right side. Minus y if I am taking to the right side, then it will become plus y. So we get the value of y as y is equals to 4 plus 3, 7. X value 4 and y value 7. We want fraction. What is that fraction then? Fraction is x divided by y. So here x value is 4 and y value is 7. So then the fraction is x by y, that is 4 divided by 7. Okay, then let's have a look at the question number 8. The midpoint of segment AB is the point P 0, 4. If the coordinates of B are minus 2, 3, then find the coordinates of A. What is saying? We have a segment AB. The midpoint is point P. Somewhere here middle, exactly midpoint, he mentioned it is P. So these P coordinates are given as 0, 4 and B coordinates are also given as minus 2, 3. Then he is asking to find the A coordinates. I am taking it as x, y. So he clearly mentioned that it is a midpoint. So we know the midpoint formula also. x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. This is the midpoint of two given points. Here instead of xy I am taking it as x1 y1, so we don't have any confusion. Then these two will become x2 y2. Okay, now x1 is nothing but x1 only as it is, plus x2 is nothing but minus 2 divided by 2, y1 is nothing but y1 only, plus y2 is nothing but 3 divided by 2. So if we simplify this further, x1 plus of minus 2 divided by 2, y1 plus 3 divided by 2. This is the midpoint, but according to the question the midpoint is 0, 4. So make it equals to 0, 4. So make the x coordinate equals to this x coordinate, make the y coordinate equals to this y coordinate. x1 minus 2 by 2, x1 minus 2 by 2 is equals to, here x coordinate I am taking, so here also x coordinate only, equals to 0. Then y coordinate, y1 plus 3 by 2, y1 plus 3 by 2, which is equals to, here y coordinate 4. Okay, now let us solve it. 2 I will take to the right side, then it will become multiplication. x1 minus 2 is equals to 0 into 2, 0. The same way minus 2 also I will take to the right side, then x1 is equals to minus 2. If I take right side, it will become plus 2. So x1 is plus 2. Next here 2 I will take to the right side, then we will get y1 plus 3 is equals to 4 2s are 8 plus 3 I will take to the right side, y1 is equals to 8 minus 3, then y1 is equals to 8 minus 3 5. x1 is 2, y1 is 5. So we want the a coordinate, that is x1 comma y1. x1 is 2, y1 is 5. So the coordinates of a is nothing but 2 comma 5. Okay, now let us move to question number 9. Question number 9. Find the roots of 1 by x plus 4 minus 1 by x minus 7 equals to 11 by 30. Here both the denominators are different, so I am going to go with the cross multiplication. Simply multiply both the denominators, that is x plus 4 into x minus 7 into x minus 7. Now cross multiply x minus 7 into 1, x minus 7. Here minus symbol is there, so keep that minus symbol. After minus symbol, open the bracket, x plus 4 into 1, x plus 4. Here two terms are there, so that's why bracket is compulsory. Is equals to 11 divided by 30. Okay, now if we open the brackets, x minus 7 minus into x minus x minus into plus 4 minus 4 whole divided by first term into first term, x into x, x square. First term into second term, x into minus 7 minus 7x. Second term into first term, plus 4 into x plus 4x. Second term into second term, plus 4 into minus 7 minus 28 equals to 11 divided by 30. Plus x minus x both will get cancelled, so we remains with x minus 4. Sorry, x is not there, right? Minus 7 minus 4 minus 11 divided by x square minus 7x plus 4x minus 3x minus 28 is equals to 11 divided by 30. So now what I will do for easy calculation, here we have minus 11, so that minus 11 I will write it as minus 1 into 11 divided by x square minus 3x minus 28 is equals to 11 divided by 30. So now both the sides in the numerator we have 11, so let us cancel. 11 will get cancelled, then we remains with minus 1 divided by x square minus 3x minus 28 is equals to, here nothing is there, means 1 divided by 30. Now if we do cross multiplication, 30 into minus 1 minus 30 is equals to x square minus 3x minus 28 into 1, x square minus 3x minus 28. Now everything I will take one side, x square as it is, minus 3x as it is, minus 28 as it is, minus 30 I am taking to the right side, then minus 30 will become plus 30 is equals to 0. So what we are going to get it then, x square minus 3x minus 28 plus 30 plus 2 is equals to 0. So this is the quadratic equation which we got. Now by splitting the middle term into two terms, we need to find the roots or x values. Okay, let's have it. Here we got x square minus 3x plus 2, x square minus 3x plus 2 is equals to 0. So I am going to solve this by splitting the middle term into two terms. X square as it is minus 3x can be written as minus 2x minus x plus 2 is equals to 0. Here minus x also can be written as minus 1x. Here minus 2 is there, then one of the zeros is plus 2. Here minus 1 is there, then one of the zeros is plus 1. So the roots are 2 comma 1 for the given equation. For the given equation, the roots are 2 comma 1. Question number 10. If 1 is a root of the equations ay square plus ay plus 3 equals to 0 and y square plus y plus b is equals to 0, then find the value of ab. He clearly said that 1 is a root of the two equations. Equations he mentioned. So first equation I am going to take ay square plus ay plus 3 is equals to 0. 1 is a root or else 0 or else solution. So what we will do, in the place of y, substitute 1. A into 1 square plus a into 1 plus 3 is equals to 0. 1 square is 1, 1 means 1 only. So 1 square is 1, 1 into a plus a into 1a plus 3 is equals to 0. Then a plus a, 2a plus 3 is equals to 0. We want a value, so that's why I will take plus 3 to the right side, then it will become minus 3. So 2a is equals to minus 3. Then 2 also I will take to the right side, then it will become division. A is equals to minus 3 divided by 2. So we got the a value as minus 3 by 2. A value we got as minus 3 by 2. Then second equation I will take now. So second equation we have y square plus y plus b is equals to 0. In the question only he clearly mentioned 1 is the 0 of both the equations. So here also substituting 1. 1 square plus 1 plus b is equals to 0. 1 square 1 plus 1 plus b is equals to 0. 1 plus 1 2 plus b is equals to 0. We want b value, so plus 2 I will take to the right side, then b is equals to minus 2. A value we got as minus 3 by 2 and b value we got as minus 2. Then what he is asking in the question, find the value of AB. AB value, AB is nothing but a into b. So a value we got as minus 3 by 2 into b value we got as minus 2. So here 2 will get cancelled, minus into minus plus. So the final answer is 3. Then the value of AB is 3. Before going to the question number 11, till now if you didn't subscribe to my channel, subscribe. Question number 11. The common difference of AB. So difference, how we will find second term minus first term. Here second term is 1 minus p divided by p minus first term 1 by p. Here both the denominators are same, so write it once, then subtract the numerators. 1 minus p minus 1. So here plus 1 minus 1 both are going to be cancelled, then we remains with minus p divided by p. P also going to be cancelled, then we remains with minus p. So the common difference of the given AP is minus 1. Next, let us move to question number 12. Question number 12. Solve for x in the given equation 2x square plus ax minus a square equals to 0. So I am going to solve this by using the formula. Minus b plus or minus under root b square minus 4ac whole divided by 2a. Here you may get that out. Why I am going to use the formula only? Why not splitting the middle term into two terms? Because by looking at the question only I can able to understand splitting the middle term in this question is a little bit difficult than solving through the formula. So that's why directly I am going with the formula only. Always we need to go with the easier method only, because they didn't mention anything in the question to solve it by particular method only. So it's very easy then. Okay, now minus as it is. What is the b value? X coefficient. Here x coefficient is a plus or minus under root b square. B value x coefficient a square minus 4 into a x square coefficient 2 into c constant minus a square whole divided by 2 into x square coefficient 2. which is equals to minus a plus or minus under root a square. Here minus into minus plus 4 2s are 8, 8 into a square, 8a square whole divided by 2 2s are 4. Next, minus a plus or minus a square plus 8a square under root 9a square whole divided by 4. So now if we observe this clearly, under root 9a square can be written as minus a plus under root 9a square can be written as root 9 into root a square whole divided by 4. So minus a plus or minus root 9 3. Here square root and square will get cancelled, remains with a whole divided by 4. So here minus a plus or minus is there. So once I will go with the plus, then once I will go with the minus. We got the final step as minus a plus or minus 3a divided by 4. Once I will go with the plus, then once I will go with the minus. First I am going with the plus. Minus a plus 3a divided by 4. Then minus a minus 3a divided by 4. Minus a plus 3a 2a divided by 4, comma minus a minus 3a minus 4a divided by 4. Here 4 will get cancelled. 2 1s are 2 2s are. So the zeros are a divided by 2, comma here minus a. So the x value is a by 2 or minus a. Okay, now let us move to the question number 13. The fourth term of an AP is 0. Fourth term of an AP is 0. A4. Fourth term is nothing but a plus 3d. And this fourth term is given as 0. So the value of a plus 3d is equals to 0. This is equation 1. Oh, sorry. Then what he is asking, prove that the 25th term of the AP is 3 times its 11th term. 25th term, A25. A25 is nothing but a plus 24d. Now here first equation we got a plus 3d is equals to 0. So I will make it still simpler. Plus 3d I am going to take to the right side, then it will become minus 3d. So a value we got as minus 3d. Okay. So A25 is equals to a value minus 3d. In the place of a I am going to substitute minus 3d plus 24d. So A25 is equals to minus 3d plus 24. 24 minus 3, 21d. So 25th term we got as 21d. Next 11th term A11. So A11 is nothing but a plus 10d. So A11 is equals to a is nothing but minus 3d plus 10d. A11 is equals to 10d minus 3d, 7d. So now if we compare this A11 and A25, A11 is 7d, A25 is 21d. For 7d, if I multiply with 3, we will get 21d. So what is asking, prove that the 25th term is 3 times its 11th term. Yes, 25th term is 3 times the 11th term. So we can conclude that as A25 is equals to 3 times A11. 25th term is 3 times the 11th term. Okay, now let us move to question number 14. The question is, what is the common difference of an AP in which A21 minus A7 is equals to 84? So A21, 21st term can be written as a plus 20d minus, after minus open bracket, A7, 7th term is nothing but a plus 6d, which is equals to 84. So now let us open the bracket. A plus 20d minus into a minus into plus 6d minus 6d is equals to 84. Plus a minus a both will get cancelled. So we remains with 20d minus 6d, 14d is equals to 84. We want a d value, so I will take 14 to the right side. So d is equals to 84 divided by 14. In 14 table where we are going to get 84, 14 ones are 14 6 are. So the common difference is 6. Let's have a look at the last question, question number 15. Find the value of p for which one root of the quadratic equation is 6 times the other. They gave some quadratic equation and he is saying that one root of that equation is 6 times the other root. So we know very well two roots are there for quadratic equation. Those are alpha and beta. So alpha, I am going to take it as alpha only. Then what about beta? One root is 6 times the other. Then if this is alpha, then beta will become 6 alpha because he clearly mentioned 6 times the other. So now I am going to do sum of the zeros. Alpha plus beta. Sum of the zeros is nothing but minus b by a. Alpha is alpha only, plus beta is nothing but 6 alpha is equals to minus, as it is, what is the b value, that is x coefficient minus 14 divided by a x square coefficient p. Alpha plus 6 alpha, 7 alpha, which is equals to minus of minus plus 14 divided by p. If we check for the cancellation, here 7 ones are 7 twos are. So we got alpha is equals to 2 divided by p. This is first equation. I will keep it aside. Now sum of the zeros completed. Now I am going to do product of the zeros. Alpha into beta. Alpha into beta is equals to c by a. Alpha is alpha only into beta is nothing but 6 alpha is equals to c by a, constant 8 divided by a is nothing but x square coefficient p. Alpha into 6 alpha square is equals to 8 by p. This is equation number 2. Here we got alpha value as 2 divided by p. So this alpha I am going to substitute in the place of alpha here. So what we will get then? 6 as it is, in the place of alpha 2 by p. 2 by p whole square, which is equals to 8 divided by p. So 6 into, this square is for numerator as well as for denominator. So 2 square 4 divided by p square is equals to 8 by p. Left side in the denominator we have p square. Right side in the denominator we have alphabet p. So here p will cancel with p square. So we remains with 6 4s are 24 divided by p is equals to 8. P I will take to the right side and 8 I will bring to the left side. So p is equals to 24 by 8. 8 1s are 8 3s are. So p value is 3. He is asking to find the value of p. Then value of p is 3. Till now, if you didn't subscribe to my channel, subscribe for more videos. Thank you.